welcome back. I'm in my bathrobe this morning. My hair is wet. I'm getting ready to go to the doctor. I'm leaving this week on my cruise, so I wanted to get in a couple more videos. So I figured I'd just do a little get ready with me, maybe a little kind of story time. My mom is on her way to come get me. I love my mom to death. And yes, I'm an only child. I'm spoiled rotten. This is the YSL all hours. I haven't gotten to wear this for a while. I actually loaned this to a friend so she could use it for a video and try it out because she hadn't gotten to try this one out. And I haven't worn it in quite a while, so let's do this. So this used to be one of my favorite foundations, but I haven't used it, God, in probably 4 months. Something like that. I don't know. And this is the Love is the Foundation brush. So anyway, I started to say I love my mom to death. I do have a lot of health issues, as many of you guys know. My mom was in the medical field for many years. She was a respiratory therapist, but she studied a lot of other things as well. But she was very diverse in, different health problems and whatnot because she's been around them. She worked in the ICU for infants, for newborns, and which was heartbreaking. That's part of what stressed my mom out so much because I could just only imagine. Anyway, she always comes to take me to my appointments, which I love because I don't get to spend a lot of time with my mom. We do live we live a 3-hour drive from each other, but according to the way my mom drives, it's more like a 5-hour drive. My mom has back problems like I do. My mom had scoliosis as a teenager, really bad, and had her entire spine from her thoracic spine all the way down to her tailbone, her lumbar, fused. Who straightened out her spine because it started affecting her breathing. She had this done in 1979. She was one of the first people in the United States to have the Harrington rods, as they're called, put in her back, which I believe they still use today, but they're a little different. Gloria Estefan, she has something very similar from when she had that car accident that she had many years ago. She had the same rods put in. They used them for she broke her back, I think is what it was in the car accident. But they fused her back because of the injury. My mom was from, something she was born with. That is so pretty. I forgot how much I like this foundation. But I've never used this with the YSL powder, which you guys know. I've been raving and raving and raving about this. I've really gotten down how to use this powder for my skin because, as you guys know, my skin is super dry. I love this big fluffy brush for it, which, usually I use the other one, but I just barely get that on there. And then, spots that I like it a little heavier, I go first, which is around my mouth and around my nose. And then places that I want to be able to blend, I kind of pat it in. And then just kind of barely whatever's left over in the lid, I kind of dot it in. This is just probably a half a shade too dark for me, but I like it because it does gives me a nice pretty color. And then once I blend everything over it, it really does look pretty. But this foundation, you do kind of have to set it, and that's why you see me. But I barely just set it down enough that it doesn't move. Because of my dry skin, I don't want to, totally screw it up. Anyway, back to story time. I was telling you how my mom worked in the hospital, and she was a respiratory therapist, blah, blah, blah. She works in ICU a lot. I mean, a lot. She, one day had a patient, and I didn't find out about until later, that had came in on an overdose. Okay? I think I had mentioned this once before on my channel, but I'll get into it. She had a lady, she was in her 20s, early 20s, come in And when you're a patient in a hospital, you have your first initial, like mine would be J. Alexander, actually J. McDonald. And this one came in J and the last name, or K, sorry, her name was Kim. K and the last name. And my mom didn't think anything of it. And the medication, she had taken a bunch of antidepressants and she had some depression issues and whatnot, and she was on medication for that. And she had other issues, but she was on medication, and she had taken it all. She had overdosed. Now, certain medications will make you swell. Okay, and when they're trying to save your life, they're feeding you full of endorphins and epinephrine, that kind of stuff to keep your heart going, because I guess she had coded and they brought her back and she was in a coma. Okay. They thought she was pregnant at first, but she turned out not to be. They thought that probably might have been, I don't know why they thought that, but anyway, they thought she was pregnant at first for some reason. And my mom didn't think anything of it. Now, I had a friend, Kim, and I hadn't talked to her in a while. She had been going through a lot of depression, and I had been going through a lot. We haven't talked in a couple of months. We used to be like best friends, but I was going through a lot. She was going through a depression, and she was in a program. And when she got out of the program was right when this had happened. Within days from what I've heard. But she got out of one inpatient program and went into an outpatient living type situation. She had a lot of problems, emotional type issues that really made it difficult for her, just in all ways in general. I was a little dark today, but that's good. That's okay. We'll deal with it. So my mom, not even I guess you don't really think about it when you're I can't find anything today. Sorry if I keep leaning off screen. My camera is not angled the way I want it to be. Here, I'll just use this. It's right here. Screw it. But anyway, we hadn't talked in a little while. Anyway, when you're in the medical field, you're paying more attention to their health and really thinking about it. My mom didn't think about it until I didn't find out until after. She wasn't in the hospital very long. She passed. Okay. She was on a ventilator. That's how my mom was handling her, because my mom would be the one to set her ventilator and all that, because that's what she did. She was in ICU. So she passed. I found out just a couple days later. I found out that she passed. And I was going through a lot back then, so the person that told me didn't want to tell me. And I finally, we got in this kind of argument, and I'm like, where is Kim? I need to talk to Kim. And it was they were acting very, weird about it. Finally, they tell me that she overdosed, and she had just died, 2 days before. I'm hysterical. I go tell my mom, and my mom turns white. All the color in her face just disappears. And I'm like, what? She goes, oh my God, please don't be mad at me. I'm telling you, my friend just died, and you're telling me don't be mad at you? I was a teenager at this time. I think I was 16. 15? No, I was 15. I think I was 15. Anyway, don't be mad at you? What the fuck is your problem? Anyway, my mom goes, don't be mad at me. And I'm like, okay, just what? So she says to me, you know how teenagers are. I'm like, at this point, I'm getting pissed. I'm like, either you tell me or I'm going to go off, dude. What? She goes, I didn't realize it, but she was at South Miami Hospital. That's where my mom worked. Okay. And she goes, I worked on her, and I didn't realize. She goes, I'm so sorry. She goes, I didn't think Kay that was her. I don't know why I'm afraid to say her name, But it's, I don't like telling people's story, putting that kind of information. Even I'm 49, and I was 15 when this happened, 14, 15. It's probably 15 when this happened, but I'm still, like, I don't like telling people's truths, but she says, oh my God, I worked on her and I didn't even realize. And then we get to talking, and she's like telling me how she was bad. I mean, she came in bad condition. They knew when she came in, they told her family that, she's probably not going to wake up from this. I don't know the whole extent of it. I don't know, if they stopped her. I know she was on a ventilator. I don't know if they just stopped it. I don't know the whole extent of it. My mom didn't go into it. And really, honestly, it was probably better I not know everything. I was a kid. This was my friend. I don't need to know all that. So, anyway. My mom felt so bad, And it was kind of weird because growing up with a mom that was in the medical field, my mom even rode emergency medical. She rode an ambulance for a while. It was part of her school. I'm using the ice cream palette. I love this thing, guys. You know that. I've been doing something new with it. I've been doing that it's called Blueberry Fizz, I think. Blueberry Swirl in my crease. And then I've been doing something different, putting this lavender honey down in my not my waterline, down under my lower lash line. But anyway, it was very weird growing up with a mom that was in the medical field, especially like when she rode EMS and shit, because it's like I was the first one to know when one of your friends got in an accident, one of your friends was in the hospital last night, which, back then we didn't have HIPAA, and this is why there's HIPAA, because, somebody might not want their friends to know that they came in with, something personal. What if something was like gross? What if, I've heard some horror stories, like hamsters in weird areas, and I don't know if it's true or not, but they say it is, but who knows? But could you imagine, like, all your friends, it went up on Facebook tomorrow. Oh, yeah, so-and-so went to the emergency room with a pickle stuck in his butt. You never know. Anyway, isn't that just so pretty? That just really, I love this because it really brings the greens out in my eyes, and it really kind of like deviates from my hooded eyes so much. I hate freaking hooded eyes. If any of you guys have hooded eyes out there, give me a like. Now, tomorrow when I see this, or later on today when I see this and I see there's like 150 likes, I'm going to know everybody's got hooded eyes. This is that lavender color, and I've been liking to take, this is a tiny, it's a Morphe brush that came out of the Eye Incredibles, and see how tiny that is? It is so tiny, and it's like really neat to get right, I can get right in here, but it's like the perfect brush because it's not a harsh line like with, those flat brushes that I usually use up here. This one gives a shadow. It kind of like blows it out at the same time. And I like to stay very close to my waterline with this. Why do I keep saying waterline? Very close to my lower lash line with it. And I'm going to bring it on top in the corner just a little bit. Here we go. I don't know what I'm going to wear, so. When I was growing up, it was very big to match your eyeshadow to your clothes. And then all of a sudden somebody's like, oh, that's not in style anymore. That's tacky. But some people still do it. I like doing it with certain outfits. Certain outfits it makes the outfit. One thing I like to do is I like to match my lower lash line to an outfit sometimes. Depending. Like with this look, I'd like to wear a pastel purple or pastel shirt. Actually, I can see I have a Jeffree Star tie-dye pastel shirt, and it's predominantly like purples and pinks. That's kind of like what I'd like to wear with this. Even though I'm the kind, you guys would laugh at me. I wear like stretch pants and like a raggedy t-shirt and a full face of makeup. But to each their own. Isn't that pretty though? That's like all I do. That's all I'm doing. Actually, take that back. I'm going to take this little flat, I'm going to take this little flat brush right here. This is out of that vintage cosmetics, that step 3. You go, girl. And use berries and cream. That's that light color, and I've been using that to, actually, you know what? Let me just use my finger. I've been just using that to really pull that. Let me get it on and I'll show you what I'm talking about. I usually do it before I do that corner, but see how that just like pops that, and it gives me a damn eyelid that I don't normally have. I just pop it right there. See how that difference? I mean, it's going to be a little bit of a difference because with that darker purple, with that, well, it's a pastel, but with that purple color next to it, my camera keeps blurring. Every time I put my hand up like that, it blurs. So let me go down here. See, it just really, I did the same thing over here. It just, I'm not getting it on there where I want it on this side. Pain with nails. I gotta get my nails done for the cruise. I gotta get a pedicure because I'm wearing open toe shoes with my dinner dress. There's a formal dinner, so I bought this really pretty dress. Thank you to Glamorous Beauty for coming yesterday and helping me. My mom's gonna be staying here, so I like a mad crazy woman straightening up my house. You know how it is when your mom comes, you want to like make sure the house is like cleaned up. So that's what I did. Anyway, I'm gonna go. I haven't put anything in my waterline. I don't know what I'm gonna put. Probably just that brown. I'm gonna use this on the inner corner. I'm just going to grab this little pencil brush, make sure it's got nothing on it. And this is out of Space Baby from Ofra Cosmetics and Nikki Tutorials. And this is the blue highlighter, and I'm going to put that on my inner corner. Is that not freaking beautiful? I wear glasses, so unless I wear like a super, super crazy, shocking inner corner highlight, you don't see it. And that's why I tend to bring it up a little bit and down a little bit right there. There we go. See? Because you can see it through my glasses a little better. My glasses are tinted. Well, when the sun comes out, my glasses tint. I have automatic tinting sunglasses, so there we go. That is pretty. I think I'm gonna I do that every once. I don't know if, you know, people talk about lip safe, eye safe, this safe, that safe. I don't worry about it because, I'm sorry, I really don't give a shit. I'm 49 years old. I got so many health problems. If putting a little bit of something that's not eye safe on my mouth is gonna, or mouth safe, whatever, say, you know. Now my eyes I'm a little more careful with because I like to be able to see, but anyway. I did get my lips redone. I had a new girl do it this time. The other one, she had a baby. So she's out. I don't know if she's back yet, but while she was having her baby, I found somebody new and began to really, really like her. This is Queen Bee from Too Faced. I'm just gonna... When you first get your lips done, the hardest thing is getting used to your new lip line, because it's gonna be a little different because your lips are a little bigger. I hate that. And you end up with butthole lip like crazy. They're a little swollen. Actually, one spot the filler wasn't sitting real well, so she had to kind of touch up right there. Also, I'm still a little swollen from the beginning. I always make sure to look at them from kind of across the room. I don't like my Cupid's bow today. I always wind up going up, and then I take my finger and just kind of blend the edge. I don't like a real harsh edge. There we go. I am going to put a little bit of highlighter on. I don't know what though. What do you guys think? What highlighter should I put? I don't want to do that Space Baby. I'm not feeling it right now. I don't want blue. You know what? Let's try this. Is that not the coolest thing? It's got liquid in it. Anyway, I've got to get out of here. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time. I've got to get out of here. I'm running late, but I'm going to go ahead and this is Bobbi Brown, and what is it? Opal Glow? Well, it's not Bear Glow. It's either Bear Glow or Opal Glow. I don't know. There's two in here, two different colors. One's more of a pink and one's how can I get, there we go. One's more of a pink and one's more of a gold. But anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe. Oh, I'm just gonna, you know what, I'm not even gonna put anything in my waterline. I think that looks very pretty, just like that. But I think my mom just pulled up and I've still not even dressed. And I'm running late to my doctor. I'm going to get the results of my biopsies today. So please, please keep me in your prayers. I'm very nervous about this. I don't mention this kind of stuff a lot because I don't like to get that serious on my channel. But please, guys, pray for me. Hopefully everything's okay. Have a great day. I love you. Bye.